Howdy folks, Timber Drifter here. It's not a blizzard, it's just heavy fog. And it's not that cold, which is why there's fog. But I'm out here working. It's the day after Christmas. So I decided to rethink what I was doing here. Maybe you can see that this is a raised road between frozen cranberry beds. Anyway, I got in the truck and started to pull out of there, and the truck started slipping sideways. So I thought, all right, I'll get out of there and think about this before I continue, because it wants to fall off into that bed, which is, about 4 foot down to the ice, or yeah, about 4 foot down to the ice. So that wouldn't be ideal. So and it's in 4-wheel drive. So anyway, I can make it. But beautiful day. This is one of my favorite kind of mornings, the foggy morning with the frost of ice all over everything. See the trees there, the birches right here with all the fine branches covered in ice, and look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Frosted trees out here on a December day that's warm enough for me to be out here in the wind with no gloves on. Not for long, of course, but normally you'd be able to see tree line all the way over there too, but fogged out. Beautiful day. And I mean that. Not being what was I saying? I don't know what I was saying. Anyway, smoking some gal with Hogarth rum flake in a boot show can Canadian. Perfect combination. I've been smoking that blend in this pipe for quite a while now. You can really taste a little hint of maple in this one too. Not much, just a little bit. And more like maple syrup than maple flavoring. Real maple syrup. This one's almost out anyway. Yeah. Yeah, stir the ash, move the embers around. Hopefully I'll be able to relight it. Yeah, rum flake and a Canadian. It's just a perfect combination. This is some of my favorite weather. It's below freezing, I'm fairly sure, maybe right at freezing. The temperature. And there's a moist wind blowing that's not quite snow, but it's certainly fog, and everything is coated and just beautiful. Yeah, I hope everybody had a nice holiday season. Merry Christmas to those that celebrate that. I was alone for the holidays. I spent yesterday, I worked some, but I spent most of the day in the tent cooking a kind of a traditional chuck roast with potatoes and carrots and onion and sage and garlic, black pepper and salt. Made a loaf of bread. Ate too much. Smoked a few pipes. Read a book for a while. Watched a couple of videos later in the evening. I keep wanting to make a video from my tent when it's light outside, because you can really see how light it is inside of a canvas tent during the daytime. It's really nice. But when I'm in there, I tend to just appreciate the moments and my thoughts and don't really feel like turning on the camera. But maybe one of these days here soon I'll do that. Very comfortable living with the little wood stove I've got in there now. I've become so acclimated to the temperature that I don't know if I've ever been this acclimated to the cold before. And I've lived outside for months at a time during the winter. Unless I get a little bit dehydrated, the cold doesn't bother me so far. And we've had sub-zero weather already. So that's good. It's kind of a surprise. I didn't notice it until probably a month ago. I went in the break room here at work and reached into the fridge to grab my milk out for making a cappuccino. And it felt warm. And I thought the fridge had failed. You know, I touched everything else in there, and everything felt warm to the touch. And, oh, damn it. And then there's an old fridge, and there's occasionally it makes some noises, and there'll be a puddle of water on the floor every once in a while, so that's not out of the question that the fridge would have failed. But then I checked the temperature and realized it wasn't the fridge. The fridge was the right temperature. It was me. So it's funny when you... And I wasn't cold. My hands didn't feel cold. So it's funny when you reach into the refrigerator and things feel warm. Yeah, I've watched a few videos, caught up with a few people. I'm not watching stuff like I used to lately. I'll probably get back into that at some point, but just been spending a lot of time just in here looking at the real world, thinking, or just not. I don't even know if I'm thinking sometimes. Sometimes I'm just kind of experiencing stuff. And a lot of time out here doing what I'm doing now. Fixing sprinkler heads. Replacing risers from irrigation pipes to the sprinkler heads. That's primarily what I've been doing for work. I just love the view when everything's whited out. There's been a couple blizzards while I was working. There was one day that I was walking along using a shovel to pop sprinkler pipe out of the snow, and blizzard blew up, and I was on my way back to the truck. And I knew from as many steps as I'd taken, the distance I was walking, I should have been pretty close to it, and I couldn't see it at all. And I realized I was 25, 30 yards away from it and couldn't see it. Whiteout. That's not a risk out here. I've covered every foot of this place numerous times, driving or weed whacking or walking or whatever. I'm not even walking out here at night. I know exactly where I'm at. Snowstorms can be disorienting, but not here. Not on this place. But it's been a beautiful winter so far. Really has. I've really been enjoying myself. Haven't had any real bad days. Been sick a few times, but it didn't last very long. Found good things to read and interesting podcasts or audiobooks to listen to while I'm working. That is the very bottom of the bowl there. Still tastes good. Got a couple of them there that were halfway decent. Anyway, I'm having a good time. I hope everybody else is having a decent time. It's not that everything is going well or going to plan or even really working out, but despite all the stuff that would normally have me worrying, I'm not worrying, not concerned. Just kind of having a good time. Happy to be here, you know. It's a good way to be. I've been that way for months and months, it seems like. Well, the new year is approaching rapidly. We'll see what happens. Hopefully, everything goes well. Hopefully. From an avowed pessimist for most of the time, it's pretty good for me. Hopefully, everything goes well. Well, anyway, I just thought I'd share my frosted trees and my whiteout weather and a pipe with you for a few minutes here. So take care and get outside.